Good afternoon. Welcome back to Nick Can't Game or Can He, my YouTube gaming channel. It's wonderful to see you all again. As always, if you enjoy these videos, hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons below, and you'll be notified whenever a new video is released. We're diving back today into my Pro Wrestling Sim WCW Revival game. Um, we've got a Nitro, a Thunder, and then our next premium live event, Halloween Havoc. So, with that having been said, let's flip over to the game. Go ahead and have some fun. Okay, so here we are. We have our Monday Nitro for October 20th set up. Um, again, our next premium live event is Halloween Havoc. So for this particular episode, we've got a Halloween themed episode. Um, and we're going to go ahead and start the show. It's fully booked out already. Our opening Halloween themed intro um, gets a 100% rating on the pre-show. It features several of the people who will be on tonight's episode. And everybody gains popularity from it. Next, the owner of WCW, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, arrives at the arena, and he makes his way to the ring to cut a promo. Um, he addresses the United States Championship, uh, talking about Brock Lesnar, who holds the championship, who hasn't shown up in a while, and talking about the challenger, Hangman Adam Page's fighting spirit after the beatdown he got from Brock the last time Brock showed up. And Rick announces that if Brock does not show up to defend the title by Starrcade, which is the final premium live event of the calendar year, then he's going to be stripped of the belt. Uh, and at that point, they'll have to do a mini tournament to determine a new champion. And then he talks about the women's championship, which is a match that will be occurring at Halloween Havoc. Um, Champion Becky Knox defending her title against Ronda Rousey, who is currently trapped as part of the Polly Queen stable and being managed by Eva Marie. Popularity growth for Rick and Hangman and Eva, a 91% segment score. Uh, we go to the ring where we have Cruiserweight Champion Sammy Guevara uh, coming down with a microphone in his hand and making a mockery of the people who are challenging for his belt, for gloating about his recent victory over the injured Mystico, and claiming that Mystico only got injured because Sammy was just too much for him. And he dares anybody in the locker room to step up, promising to beat them down just like he beat Mystico. And that gets a 79% segment score. And we go to the ring for the next match, which is part of the Cruiserweight Challenge, El Hijo del Vikingo against Leo Rush. And that's a 2-star match. The crowd wasn't really into it. And it only got a final score of 49%, but Vikingo is our challenger for the Cruiserweight Championship at Halloween Havoc. Sammy steps out onto the stage holding his championship in the air, uh, staring down towards the ring at Vikingo, and that gets a 76%. We go to commercial break for the company's new streaming platform, Apple Plus, and everybody involved gains popularity. It's an 85% rating for the for the commercial. Next we have Ashley Flair being uh, interviewed by Nikki Garcia about her joining the company and what's coming next for her. And in the middle of the interview, she's interrupted by uh, three members of the Poly Queens: Eva Marie, Leah Van Dale, the Women's United States Champion, and Maki Ito. And they warn her about standing alone against them and taunting her about her royalty being nothing without a title, and calling her a pretender to the throne. And Ashley says, she's here to build her own legacy, and royalty like her always wins. That gets an 84% segment score. Popularity gains all around. We go back to the ring. Malachi Black taking on Buddy Matthews rather. And Malachi picks up the win with the Black Mass kick. It's a 4-star match, 86% overall. We have a contract signing ending in a pull-apart brawl between Liv Morgan and Trish Stratus. Popularity gains, 78% rating overall. For the segment, we go to the ring. The women's tag team titles are being defended. The Divine Desires against the Beautiful Disasters. It's a 4.5-star match. The Beautiful Disasters win the title, pick up the victory, and they're the new tag team champions again. They managed to really steal the show and up their game in ring. And 93% rating for the match. Next we go to the back, where Saraya and Jessamine Duke catch Ronda Rousey alone, and they're trying to get her to break away from the influence that Eva Marie and the Poly Queens have had on her since the cage match where they forced her to join them. Ronda is really uncomfortable. She appears to take their words to heart before wandering off. And that gets a 95% segment score. We go to the back. Santana Garrett is being interviewed by Nikki Garcia when Lash Legend jumps her and beats her down, throwing her into the walls and into the equipment and leaving her lying on the floor. And that gets to 69%. We go to the ring. Miro taking on Hangman Adam Page. This sort of two people who are in other storylines facing each other in the middle of the ring. Adam Page picks up the win. It's a 2-star match quality. 87% crowd reaction for a final score of 76%. On the Titantron after the ring, we see Ezekiel Creed appearing and basically threatening Miro and talking about their match at Halloween Havoc. We go to commercial break for the latest round of t-shirt releases. New shirts for Adam Page, Brock Lesnar, and Macy Estrella. And Adam and Macy pick up popularity, a 92% rating. We go to the ring. Match in the men's tag team division. The Hardys versus MMM, who are Mace Madden and Mansoor. It's a 4.5-star match quality, 86% rating. The Hardys pick up popularity. The losers dip a little. On the Titantron after the match, the World Tag Team Champions, Grayson Waller and Eric Bugenhagen, show up and they cut a promo on the Hardys, and we'll be seeing a title match between them coming up within the next few episodes. We have a promo segment. The television champion Simon Miller comes to the ring, cutting a respectful but confident promo on Kenta, calling him a legend, acknowledging his skill, and talking about how excited he is to face Kenta at Halloween Havoc and defend his title. Kenta comes to the ring. They stand face to face. He acknowledges Miller's respect, but says that the TV title belongs to a true warrior who embodies the strong style of fighting, and they have an intense stare down. Both of them gain popularity, it's a 91% segment score. Next, we have CJ Perry in a match against Chelsea Green. It's CJ's first singles match since fully embracing her face turn. She picks up the win in a 3.5-star match, 82% overall match rating, and gains in popularity. We go to our next advertisement for the company video game. Everybody gains in popularity, and that's an 86% commercial rating. We have a match. Becky and Ashley taking on Ronda and another member of the Poly Queens, Leah Vandale. And that's a 2.5-star match. The crowd was really into it. Gets an 86% overall. And after the match, the rest of the Poly Queens come in and attack Becky Knox to try to weaken her before the Halloween Havoc match. And Ashley comes in to save her and chases them off. And that's an 86%. And that ends this the go home show for Nitro before Halloween Havoc. We're gaining in popularity across the world. 89% show rating. We end the show. Okay, let's check our mail. We sold 56,000 tickets, 2.6 million in ticket sales after the gate share clause. We have 5.57 million viewers, 78,000 in income there. We will be gaining some people, some new members of our roster, starting in the next couple days before the next Thunder. Let's check our news here. Okay. Nothing big for us. So we go on to the next day. We have Ariana Grace, also known as Bianca Corelli, officially joining the WWE. And we're a day away from Thunder. Let's check on our news here, see if there's anything interesting going on. No. Okay, we go to Thunder. We check our mail. Uh, we have Simone Johnson, also known as Ava, the daughter of The Rock, joining our company. We're going to find something to do with her after the Halloween Havoc premium live event. And let's see if there's anything. Oh, there are some people who are coming up that we might want to make an offer on. Okay, Will Ospreay. He's considered one of the best technical wrestling performers. Let's see what he wants. We can see his good wrestling skill and psychology, incredible stamina. What kind of? He wants 50,000 per appearance, 33,000 a month. Let's offer him a 5-year. Let's offer him for 100,000 a month and a 500,000 signing bonus. Let's see. Yeah, let's give him a best in the world gimmick. He could come in as a main event face. Let's offer him 60,000 an appearance. Make the offer. He will consider our offer, but he does have a better offer already. How high up do I want to go for him? Let's try 75. Okay. All right, you'll consider our contract offer. So let's get over to this episode of Thunder. Again, this is also a Halloween-themed episode. And we are fully booked out. So let's get the show started. Our opening segment, the Halloween-themed intro, gets a 93% rating. Popularity gains for Joe Hendry and Ashley Flair. We go to the commentary desk to preview the show. And that gets a 75% rating. What is this? Okay. We have an interview promo being cut by Miro about Ezekiel Creed who interrupts him, um, cutting a promo on Miro, and this sets up the premium live event match at Halloween Havoc in 2 days, 77% overall. Next we have Malachi Black with another match this week, taking on Mustafa Ali and keeping his wave of momentum. It's a 4.5 star match, 94% crowd reaction, 92% overall final rating. We have a recap video recapping the feud between Liv Morgan and Trish Stratus, and that gets an 85% rating. We have a match where Leah Van Dale defends her Women's United States Championship against Santana Garrett. Picks up the win. The match quality is only 1 star. Final rating of 66%. But she does hold on to her title. After the match, Jessamine Duke and Saraya come in and beat down Leah. Part of the revenge for the Poly Queens putting them both out of action earlier in the year. That gets us 78%. We go to our first commercial break, the latest round of action figures. And everybody involved with that gets popularity growth. Next we have a war of words between Sammy and Vikingo ahead of their match at Halloween Havoc, and that gets a 75% rating. Next we get a match between Kenta and Raj Desi, two heels who are in the running in the mix for the television championship, going at each other. Kenta picks up the win. 3.5 star match, 80% overall. After the match, Simon Miller comes down from the ring. He gets face to face with Kenta and offers him his hand in respect. Kenta stares him down, shakes his hand, then pulls him in close and whispers something intimidating before releasing him and walking off, and that gets a 72% segment score. Next we have a contract signing between Becky Knox and Ronda Rousey. That ended with the two of them attacking each other and having to be pulled apart. That gets a 94% overall segment score. We go to commercial break for the latest round of t-shirt releases. That commercial gets a 95% rating. Then we get a recap video in the feud between Joshua Fatu and Nick Nemeth, and that's an 86% segment rating. Then we have Shane McMahon backstage interviewing Daria and Mandy about losing their titles on Monday Nitro, and Daria took the lead in the interview, and they are coming to get their titles back. 91% overall. Next we have a non-title match between Joe Hendry and EC3, a tune-up for Joe ahead of the premium live event match. And that was only a 2.5 star match, 76% segment score. After that we have Drew coming into the ring and attacking Joe, beating him down. A 100% segment score for that, both gaining popularity. And after that we have, for a couple minutes, Beth Phoenix and Joe Tessitore previewing the premium live event. And yeah, almost everybody gains in popularity there. It's an 81% rating. Show overall had an 86% rating and gained in popularity across the world. We end that. And we go ahead to the next day. We check our mail. We sold over 20,000 tickets. $1 million in ticket sales after the gate share clause. Um, we gained 767,000 viewers. $767,000 in income, and had about the same amount of viewers. Uh, Will Ospreay has also been offered a contract by New Japan. He's still considering our offer. WWE is looking to renew LA Knight's contract. We can see if there's something. No, I think I'll let them keep him. We've got quite a few people on our shows already. Okay. We don't want to overload our roster. Even though the temptation is there. Yeah, let's... What gimmick can we give him? Well, let's give him a People's Champion gimmick. Make that offer to him. He'll consider our offer, which means he doesn't currently have a better one. That's nice. Let's go ahead to the next day in Halloween Havoc. Okay, Will Ospreay signed an exclusive contract with New Japan, so we didn't get him. LA Knight was offered a contract by DDT Wrestling. Okay. So let's go to our Halloween Havoc show. We are seriously booked out. I mean, title matches everywhere. And it should be a good show. So we hit the show start button. We have our buy-in show hosted by Mark Calloway, the former Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and AJ Mendez. Talking about Joe Hendry's title match, the match between Joshua Fatu and Nick Nemeth, Sammy Guevara defending his belt, CJ Perry, 87% segment score for the buy-in segment. We start the show with a dramatic video being narrated by Bill Goldberg, all about the people who are going to be on the show, and that gets to 79%. Um, the opening pyro goes off and the show begins as AJ and Beth welcome us to Halloween Havoc. We go down to the ring for the Cruiserweight Championship match. Sammy Guevara successfully retaining against El Hijo del Vikingo in a 3.5-star match. 77% overall match rating. And next we go to Joshua Fatu being interviewed by Maria Menounos, talking about his upcoming match with Nick Nemeth tonight, and that gets a 71% rating. We go down to the ring for the finale of the story between Kairi and Mayu Iwatani. The workers really pushed themselves to make an impression on the audience because it's a huge show. They managed to steal the show successfully. It's a 4.5-star match, 91% overall. Kairi picks up the definitive win to close out their feud. And we go to the finals of the story between Lash Legend and Santana Garrett. They really pushed themselves to make an impression on the audience, but the audience wasn't really there for it. 1.5-star match, 54% overall rating, but that is a feud that has concluded. We have a video package about the television championship feud between Simon and Kenta, which gets an 82%, and then we have their match. Simon picks up the win, 4.5-star match, 86% overall match rating. Simon successfully retained his television championship. They really upped their game, had boosts to their performances because of the momentum that they both have. And yeah, it was a great match. Excellent final score. We had a promo in the back with Eva Marie, Leah Van Dale, and Alice Windsor talking about Leah's defense of the Women's United States Championship later on. That got an 85%. Talking about how Leah is going to end up finishing off Jessamine and putting her back out of action. We go to the crowd. We see celebrity Eddie Murphy in the crowd, waving as the camera passes him by. That gets a 100% segment reaction. We go to the U.S. Championship match. Leah defending against Jessamine. It ended after interference from Eva Marie and Maki Ito. And the crowd wasn't happy with the interference finish, but overall it was a good match. And afterwards we go to the announce team who discuss the match and things that they saw happening within it, and that gets an 80% segment score. We have a feud recap video for the fighting between Ezekiel Creed and Miro, and that gets a 78% overall. We have the match between Ezekiel and Miro, which is only a 2-star match and gained 70%. We have another celebrity in the crowd, Keanu Reeves. And then we go to the finale of the feud between Nick Nemeth and Joshua Fatu. 16-minute match, 3 stars, 88% overall, 92% crowd reaction. Joshua picking up the win with the yeet kick. And there was a big spot in the match where uh, Nick was put through the announce table, and the crowd really popped for that. Uh, we go to a preview of the match between Liv and Trish, and then we have that match. The two of them putting on the finale of their program, and Liv picks up the win. Um, they really pushed themselves. 81% overall, but the crowd reaction was really good. Matt Stryker, one of the announce team, announces tonight's attendance. That gets an 82% segment score. Then we go to a previously recorded interview, a sit down where Stone Cold talks to Becky Knox and Ronda Rousey about the title match, and that gets a 91% segment score. And then we have the match itself. Ronda taking on Becky, 3.5-star match. Ronda picks up the win. It was a submission match, and Ronda got the win with her armbar. 3.5-star match, 90% overall. Ronda Rousey is the new WCW Women's World Champion. We have a big entrance as the Men's World Champion Joe Hendry and Drew Galloway come down to the ring prior to their match. Big music production. We have the ring announcer giving their intros when they get in the ring. The referee checking them to make sure they don't have any weapons hidden on them, all that sort of thing. And that gets a 90% overall. And we go to the main event, which is a 4.5-star match, 100% overall. Joe Hendry retaining his title in a brutal fight. Last man standing, and Joe is the one who left Drew lying on the ground. He picked up a massive swell of popularity. Again, 4.5 stars. They had a match for the ages, and afterwards we have the closing pyro and commentary, where our commentary team talks about tonight's winners and losers. And yeah, that gets an 81%. And Halloween Havoc overall gets a 93% show rating. Popularity gained across the world. Okay, let's check our mail. Carl Anderson wants a championship win before April of next year. Sure, we'll guarantee that for you. You can have the tag titles at some point. We succeeded in our promise to Ronda Rousey. We stole LA Knight away from the WWE. We finalized the contract. We had 6 million viewers for the premium live event, 785,000 from Apple Plus. We sold 125,000 tickets. We sold out the arena. 5.85 million in ticket sales, and that comes after the gate share contract clause. Is there anybody else we might try to hire? I don't see anybody. Okay. Let's see our medical. Um, Drew is on a mental health break until the 5th of January. That's fine. We can have him rest. Um, I believe we regained Isla Dawn. Um, she came back from her injury. She's fully recovered, so we have her available now. We're 1 day away from having Alexa Bliss join the company. Drew is exhausted and burnt out, so yeah, that's why he's off to. He's getting a well-earned break until the beginning of January. Uh, let's advance that 1 day, and then we'll close out the episode. Let's check our mail. Again, we have Alexa Bliss now. Let's check our promotional war report. We are still definitively better than AEW. Definitively better than NXT. Oh my god, we beat the WWE. We actually beat the WWE. For the first time ever. We got best looking roster, most entertaining, roster with the best star quality, best show quality for this week. Wow. Holy moly. We're better than New Japan and better than CMLL. That's pretty darn impressive. Is there anybody we might want to try to hire? No. Anybody else that looks like okay. So, with that, let's close out the game. I thank you again for spending your time with me. I appreciate you very much. I love and treasure you all. I am so very, very grateful for your kindness, support, and love. Take my love with you everywhere you go. Remember to be good to each other. It's the highest calling in all the world. Show each other kindness, compassion, mercy, and love. And I will see you all again very, very soon.